What's up, everybody? This is Teresa, Goddess Teresa, tapping in just talk about something really quickly that I have been thinking about for the past couple of days. I just recently came back from a quick little trip, a quick visit to Minneapolis. I went to the Four Seasons Hotel and I treated my aunt and uncle to 2 nights of luxury stay in Four Seasons Hotel in Minneapolis. So now I am going to be in Houston, Four Seasons Hotel, Houston, Texas, in September. And I want to invite somebody, some people, a couple of people. The rooms are, the capacity is 3 people per room, right? So, what I want to do is invite, a couple of people to come and hang out with me, treat them to a wonderful luxury stay on me at Four Seasons Hotel. Now, the problem with that is I don't even have a long Santa Claus wish list of people that I would, deem to be worthy for that. And that's because, family and friends have really treated me poorly. I'm just going to keep it a bug. Family and friends have treated me very poorly. And I mean, from, many different things, from, talking nasty and bad about me, my kids, lying on me to other people, just so many different things, basically, benign neglect. I've been down here in Georgia for, almost, 9 years, and I could count on one hand, not even going past five, of how many people has actually came down here to visit me, family and, friends or whatever, which I don't have many friends at this point. The people that I was connected to in Chicago, we no longer have that connection anymore. We don't have that type of relationship anymore. So, I'm trying to come up with people that, I'm trying my best to think of some people, and I just cannot, because they have treated me so poorly that I just cannot see myself, treating them to a luxury stay, at the Four Seasons Hotel. And the thing about that is, when people, going through life or whatever, and people are so sensitive, or they are so insecure about themselves, that they will let, things that you say affect them, even if it doesn't have nothing to do with them. Things that you do that has nothing to do with them, they take on that energy and they turn it into, distastement towards you. And it really is all about, people being jealous. They don't know how to, come to you in a way that won't come off as insulting, without being combative. So, people tend to, not show any care, not show any empathy. And I've been getting that, and this was after I lost my son. Okay? This is after I lost my son, where I have had to watch people's masks fall off. And it basically was showing me how they really felt about me. Like I said, my phone doesn't ring with them, even to check up on me, see how I'm doing. I don't get a lot of, none of that. I don't get it. So, as I'm thinking about, who can I treat to, these luxury stays, the list is very, very short. very short. Now, there are a couple of people on there, there are a few people that are on that list who never switched up on me, never, treated me like I was, unimportant or I didn't matter. Even at the lowest point of my life when I lost my son, those few people were there for me. Phone calls, text messages, even a visit down here in Georgia. Those people have been down here to Georgia. Read if they were here on something else, they still reached out to me. Like, hey, I'm in Georgia. I want to see you, see how you doing. So those few people, mean a lot to me. And they stand out from everybody else who have basically, just been out of my life, MIA, not reaching out, whatever. And, some people that I have reached out to and they didn't answer their phone, they didn't reply to my text messages, never called me back. So I look at that. I pay attention to that. There was a time when, my youngest son, he posted that he was in a better place on Facebook, and my son has been through a lot. His brother was killed on his birthday, so he has to live with that. The love of his life, the mother of his, daughter, she passed away just a few years after his brother was killed. So, and I had to witness, some other things with my son. And when he posted that he was in a better place and nobody was even liking it, nobody commented, I was furious. And I made a post and said, my son said he's in a better place and y'all can't applaud that. Y'all can't celebrate that. When I've celebrated y'all birthday, y'all kids' birthdays just because or whatever. Yeah, I went in. I did. I went in because I felt like, wow, I could have lost another child. I could have lost another child just on the strength of him being in a bad place. But, thank goodness to Mother Earth, Father God, and the universe that the energy that was surfacing around him, started to cease. And he was able to see a clearer day. And the fact that, people that know him since he was a baby, been knowing me since I was a child, people I've been knowing for decades couldn't even celebrate that. It really, really disgusted me. And it just made me look at a lot of people different. And, like I said, since my son died, a lot of people has not been in my life, has not reached out to me to check up on me or anything like that. So I just, just struggle with coming up with people that I could, be a blessing to, that I could allow, myself to be like, hey, I want to treat you to something great. You've been good to me. You've been good to my sons. You were there for me, when I needed the most, whatever. And it is it's mind blowing to know that, people can be so self-centered and look at you as if you are a cancer when all you're doing is just, existing. They treat me like I'm the worst person in the world by, not showing up for me. Thinking that because, people think I'm strong, which I don't like. A lot of people in these type of positions don't like to be called strong because that means nobody is going to come and help you. Nobody is going to come and check up on you. Nobody is going to look at you as somebody who needs help. And that's pretty much how a lot of people have treated me. Like I don't need help. Like I got it all together. Like, I'm not supposed to break down and be vulnerable. And it's because they, are either insecure of themselves, jealous of me, and don't want to see me move further or past them. And then there's some people who are just downright hateful. They hate me. They don't like me for something I said. And trust me, I haven't did anything. Like, I've never stolen anything from nobody. I never slept with anybody's husband or boyfriend. Now, mind you, there are people who have set my husband up with people that they know, or either slept with somebody that I messed around with. So, but I'm not that kind of person. I don't do those things. I got boundaries. I have morals and values. And because of that, people who don't and feel like they can do whatever just because, they look at me, and just, turn their nose up, and don't show up for me, whether it be for my birthday, um, a great celebration, a great trip that I just had with my aunt and uncle. I didn't get a lot of, people that was happy about that, and if they were, they didn't express it. So I got very little likes, hardly any comments, about it. There were some people who did, say, hey, have fun and all of that. And I'm grateful for that. For the people who have, who do show up, I'm grateful for y'all. I am. But I do know there are a lot of people who don't. They just sit back and watch. I don't even know why they send me friend requests when they don't show up for nothing. They don't like, they don't comment, nothing. They're just there. So it's just one of those things that I just, notice. And I just wanted to share it with you all. Maybe you're going through something like that. Or maybe you're that person on the other side that has some animosity towards someone who's been through something traumatic, and you just don't know how to approach them. You don't know what to say. Just show up, just let them know that you're there for them. You don't have to do anything, but just show up, just show up and be a part of their life. And I just hope that this helps somebody. Like I said, if you're in my position or if you're on the other side, make some changes. If you're one of them people who are friends with a family member or a longtime friend, and you don't like nothing, you don't comment, you don't share, you're just there. Stuff that they're, posting up that's good, you're not celebrating that. You're turning your nose up and saying it. Go on and get healed. Get healed, because you really are struggling with something that you need to heal from. And it ain't got nothing to do with that person. It has everything to do with you as an individual. So you really need to get healed. There are so many things that we tend to think are keeping us from moving forward, when it's not. It's our own selves, it's our own thoughts, it's our own insecurities. And we need to change that about ourselves. So I really do hope that this resonates with someone, helps someone get through, these things. We've got, we're 6 months in the year, and if you have not gotten yourself into a better position, a leveling up of, from where you were a year ago, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5, 10. If you're still in the same place 10 years ago and now, you really, really have to get it together, because you're going to be left behind. And when I say left behind, like, you won't be able to resonate with what the new thing is. Like, there's a shift in the universe and the earth and the atmosphere, and you have to go in and along with that shift. And if you're not doing that, if you're not getting grounded and healing and leveling yourself up in a better way, you will get left behind. You're going to find yourself struggling to get to a healing place, to a better place. So I pray and I hope that anyone who's listening to this will find their way to change their heart and be better. Continue your healing journey. It is not over. No matter what, the days pass, the years go by, you look up and you'll still be feeling the same way. And that's not what God is meant for you to be. So be healed and Give yourself some grace and allow yourself to be better. So I hope this helps someone. Like I said, thank you all for subscribing to my channel. I would love to get 50 followers so I can go live and bring people up. Let's talk about the healing journey. Let's talk about moving forward and leveling up with ourselves. Like, we really have to do it like never before. Time is of the essence, and it's not waiting for no one. And there's a huge shift going on, and I really want to see you guys doing better for yourselves. So thank you all again, and I look forward to talking to you guys again. So be healed. Thank you.